iOS 26 Public Beta Review, Visual Intelligence, Camera, and more. Ready for a shakeup? iOS 26 is officially in public beta, and the changes could make you rethink everything you knew about your iPhone. But as with any bold redesign, not everyone will be on board, and there's more to the story than meets the eye. Let's walk through exactly what's new, plus why things get, well, a little divisive. Apple first pulled back the curtain on iOS 26 at its annual Worldwide Developers Conference in early June, fueling weeks of speculation and anticipation. Over the summer, developers have had their hands all over the code, squashing bugs and adding polish, and now anybody can download the public beta. The big question: should you take the plunge on this preview, or wait until the official release, likely coming in September? We put the new update through its paces on our own iPhones. Here's what you absolutely need to know before making a move. And by the way, are you weighing buying an iPhone 16 or holding out for the rumored iPhone 17? That decision just got even more complicated. New look, new tricks, but is simpler always better? Let's start with the basics. iOS 26 delivers a noticeably refreshed visual style, along with updated interfaces for Apple's core apps. There are new features and subtle tweaks scattered everywhere, from smarter daily utilities to Easter eggs hidden in plain sight. But here's where opinions might split. Streamlining comes at the price of hiding some options, and not every user is applauding the changes. 1. Visual intelligence. Smart but still second place. Apple is pushing its AI-powered visual intelligence closer to center stage. When I first tried this tool, back in iOS 18, it was mostly good for quick translations. Handy, but limited, especially compared to rival systems like Google's Circle to Search or Samsung's AI Select. But on iOS 26, visual intelligence gets a needed boost. You can now snap a screenshot of an event invite, maybe from email or texts, then have Apple's AI suggest options like adding it straight to your calendar, summarizing the details, or even reading it aloud. Super practical if you're drowning in digital reminders. For the detail-obsessed, you can keep these screenshots for future reference, a feature unique to Apple's approach. Still, the process isn't instant. You have to screenshot, then wait for the suggestions to appear. It left us wishing you could just launch visual intelligence with a single press, maybe through camera controls, instead of multiple steps. Would that be a game changer, or just more clutter? 2. Photos app. Redemption at last? Apple's massive Photos app overhaul last year was controversial. Many users found the new interface more confusing than helpful. In iOS 26, Apple clearly listened. The app is now organized into two broad sections: Library and Collections. Your general library just shows your photos. Those extra folders and albums have been moved to a dedicated Collections tab, cleaning up the clutter and making navigation much friendlier. Even better, a new feature lets you quickly give any regular photo a sense of spatial depth. Think those fancy gyroscopic wallpapers that seem to move as you tilt your phone. It might sound like a gimmick, but, confession, it's become one of our team's favorite tricks. Maybe it's useless fun, or maybe it hints at how we'll interact with pictures in the future. You tell us, is this flashiness or the next big thing? 3. Camera app redesign. Streamlined genius or hidden hassle? Photography fans, get ready. The camera app now sports its most minimalist layout yet. Just two main choices, video and photo, sit at the bottom. Swipe up for more settings like flash, live photo, or timer, or use the settings button up top. Drag or press hold to unlock even more modes, from cinematic video to portrait. The look is undeniably clean and fast. A dream for power users snapping shots on the fly. Think architectural gems in Barcelona or quick captures on a bustling trip. But, and this is the part most people miss, some options are now less obvious. Even veteran iPhoneographers, let alone new users, might have trouble at first discovering where basic controls live. Is this a natural evolution or an unnecessary hurdle? 4. Safari. A liquid glass revolution, Safari's makeover might be the most visually striking. Liquid glass effects give the browser a fluid, translucent quality, and the core interface is dramatically simplified. Where there used to be a bulky two-row menu hogging your screen, now there's a sleek floating bar with just 3 essential buttons: back, address, and more options. The bar hides automatically as you scroll, giving you more room to actually see websites. Another subtle, yet impactful change: you'll feel a gentle haptic buzz when a download completes, instead of having to hunt for subtle notifications. These tweaks made the experience so smooth. One of our testers even ditched Chrome in favor of Safari for the first time in years. 5. Favorite lock screen update. Finally, some peace of mind. Here's a tiny update that packs a punch. Plug your phone in, and you'll see an estimated time until it's fully charged, right on the lock screen. No more endless guessing games before you head out the door. On top of that, music artwork now takes over the entire lock screen, delivering a bolder, more immersive visual experience while jamming to your favorite playlists. Bonus: AirPods transform into a camera remote. Ever wanted to record a video or snap a photo as a solo traveler without carrying your Apple Watch? Now, if you're wearing AirPods Pro 2, you can start video recording from a distance by just holding down on the AirPods themselves. Content creators, vacationers, and those who love analog watches but crave convenience, rejoice! A word of caution and a question for you. Remember, all features are subject to change before iOS 26's formal rollout later this year. Apple could alter how these tools work, where they're found, or even drop some entirely in the final release. All told, iOS 26 feels like one of Apple's most ambitious updates in years, blending new tech with some risky design bets. But here's the real controversy. Is Apple's relentless push for simplicity actually making things easier, or just hiding crucial controls from everyday users? Where do you stand? Excited about the streamlined changes, or frustrated by features moving out of sight? Which tweak feels like a breakthrough, and which one just annoys you? Jump into the comments and tell us what you think. Should Apple double down on minimalism, or bring the power and complexity back to users? Fingertips. iOS 18 versus iOS 26 icon update. See Apple's stunning new home screen redesign. Get ready for a whole new iPhone experience. iOS 18 versus iOS 26 app icons compared. Imagine waking up one morning to find your iPhone home screen transformed overnight. That's what's happening this fall with the arrival of iOS 26, which brings a fresh new look to system components like buttons and tab bars, as well as a complete overhaul of app icons. For the first time since iOS 7, Apple has redrawn all system apps with new artwork. And we're excited to share a side-by-side comparison of the iOS 26 app icons with their iOS 18 counterparts. But here's where it gets interesting. The new app icon set represents a bold new direction for Apple's approach to app icons. Gone are the days of inconsistent renderings across different operating systems. With iOS 26, Apple has unified its platform icons, ensuring a seamless visual experience across iOS, macOS, watchOS, and visionOS. The rendering of icons across iOS and macOS is now identical, with all Mac icons adopting the same squircle, rounded rectangle shape as the iPhone. And this is the part most people miss: the subtle details that make the new icons truly shine. Apple encourages the use of glass layers to add edge highlights and blur, while new alignment guidelines dictate the precise spacing of circular objects within the icon. The squircle clip shape itself has been tweaked, featuring a subtly different ellipse with a larger corner radius. On iPhone and iPad, glass layers of icons even respond to device motion, with subtle dynamic directional light effects that add an extra layer of visual sophistication. But do the new icons actually look better than their iOS 18 equivalents? We think so, but we want to hear from you. Take a look at the side-by-side comparisons below and decide for yourself. App Store. The new icon features a more vibrant blue color and a subtle gradient effect. Books. The updated icon boasts a more realistic book design with a subtle shadow effect. Calculator. The new icon sports a more modern design with a bold, bright color scheme. Clock. The updated icon features a more streamlined design with a subtle gradient effect. FaceTime. The new icon includes a more realistic video camera design with a subtle shadow effect. Freeform. The updated icon boasts a more vibrant color scheme and a dynamic shape that responds to device motion. Home. The